Hi friends, Pastor Lyndon Sayers here, pronouns he, him, one of the co-pastors at Church of the Cross, one of your ecumenical friends with St. George's and St. Luke's, part of the Day Camp team. All right, Day Camp 2020. Here we go. I've got a story that I would like to share with you. And it's a story we don't always share in day camp or Sunday school. It's a story about Jubilee and justice and Sabbath. And we're going to learn what those words mean. So come with me. It's about a story in which the people of Israel journeyed through the vast wilderness for many years. And finally, they arrived at Mount Sinai, where they rested. That part, the resting part, sounds nice. And God gave instructions to Moses, their leader, about what life together in this new land would be like. These were the things that God said, that in this land they would practice Sabbath. That is a practice of rest. And you know, during COVID-19, each of us needs to practice some rest. Maybe you're getting a lot of rest as kids because you didn't have a lot of school and now you've got your own summer break. But your parents and guardians and grandparents and people who care for you need some rest. We all, and you too. Sometimes the boredom is unrestful. So you need things like books and stories and day camps and things that fill you with some energy and see some friends. So sometimes we talk about Sabbath. In the Christian church, on Sunday we take a rest and we have worship. But originally, in the Jewish tradition, Sabbath was on Saturday. And here we're talking about Sabbath not only on the seventh day, but the seventh year. And I'm going to get my friends here, Pingu and Kangi, hello, to help explain Sabbath. Now, what does it mean to rest on the seventh year? What? Does that mean we lay in bed for a whole year? Don't go to school? No. Although that might feel like a pandemic at times, might feel that way. But no, it's about we're not going to plant crops on that seventh year. We're just going to go with whatever the earth in creation produces. Now, in my case, whenever I try to plant tomatoes, they usually don't do that well. But the ones that grow on their own, the kind of self-seeding tomatoes that grew from seeds from last year's tomatoes, those usually grow better. And so there's a way sometimes in which creation can grow things better and stronger than when we try to do it ourselves. But it also gives the earth rest. Because where I planted the tomato, maybe the earth doesn't want to grow it. But instead, where the seed falls, maybe that's a better spot. And so it's a bit about having things, you could imagine fig trees or apple trees, grapes, things that come on their back on their own that we didn't plant will still grow whether you plant them or not. So maybe we would be more like bears, foraging for berries, things like that. I'm not a bear. You a bear? No. That's okay. You can be whoever you are, a kangaroo and a penguin, and enjoy Sabbath. Now, even beyond that, on the 50th year, there's something called Jubilee. So Jubilee, it's on the every 50 years, where you take a whole fresh start. And that means everybody gets to start again. So whether you had debts or you owed people money, or imagine Jubilee, your parents would be ecstatic if your mortgage or rent or whatever it is you owe for your house or apartment or condo, if suddenly the landlord of a bank said, don't worry, you don't owe us anything. Now, I think your parents or guardian or grandparents would be pretty ecstatic about Jubilee. But imagine for you, like if you think about schoolwork, you sort of had a Jubilee with COVID where they're like, Well, maybe you couldn't finish everything. That's okay. You get a Jubilee, and you're still gonna graduate and go to the next grade anyways. Kind of like that, where, well, COVID happened. You'll do a little work from home, a little work at school, and that's it. So Jubilee, but that's every 50 years. And it was a way to have these fresh starts to respond with justice. Now, what does justice mean? Got that written down here too. Justice. It's another way for there to be a fresh start, no matter who we are, where we come from, how rich or poor we are, what the color of our skin is, what our gender or sexual orientation is, that we receive fair treatment no matter what. And isn't that what we want at school too? Right? Sometimes kids are bullied for being different in some way, but we want justice, that everyone can be them and be happy and joyful no matter what. And God desires justice so that we can live in love and share in God's grace. So, Pinku and Kengi, could you share a parting word as we're wrapping up? God loves you just the way you are. Yes, absolutely. High five. High five. All right. Thank you for helping me today. Right? And friends, just remember, God loves you the way you are and wants us to build a world that includes gifts of Sabbath, rest, Jubilee, and justice. For this, we give our thanks and praise. Amen.